It is now time. Listen, did you check? I've not even checked.
Go on.
Rupert's tip yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Right,
What was
we'll
it
have a
called?
look. I've got it written down. We're going to
you got
check.
it written down?
But it's time for that. It's that daily racing tip. And
She's not joking or something. It was like that, wasn't it?
That's exactly
Something
what it was. We're going to have a look at it right now. But here's Rupert, our top commentator and racing guru, with today's racing tip. A very good morning to Rupert.
Morning all. Another frustrating day yesterday. Selection never really got in the race in the final stages. Well, today I'm suggesting a little each-way nibble as my nap of the day. Going to Hereford for my selection, running in the 3 o'clock. And the horse I've picked out is State of Fame. Suggest a little each-way nibble on this horse in, as I say, the 3 o'clock at Hereford. Good luck all.
Never mind, she's not joking.
What words you often hear post-race from Rupert? She never really got into the race. I had to write that quote down.
It's great, that, isn't
She
it?
never really got into
Just
the
one
race.
of those days.
Just one of those days, Rupert. We'll have them, old son. Now remember that talkSPORT 2 is the home of your racing. Download the free talkSPORT app and never miss any of the big meetings. Now, Andy, here we go.
Come on.
We were speaking about it yesterday. Ruud van Nistelrooy oversaw 3 wins and a draw during his time as interim Manchester United manager, but he stepped aside and left his job as assistant manager. With the new permanent manager, fans will now be hoping for a new era at United. Welcome to Manchester, Ruben Amorim.
Gyökeres against Ederson. Surely this will be 3 points if it's converted. And it's into the bottom corner of the net. Underneath Ederson. Gyökeres scores his hat-trick. Try avoiding the height now if you're Ruben Amorim.
Top teams in the league, they've all got one thing in common. Pep Guardiola's built a culture at the club. Arteta's now done it at Arsenal, a culture at the club. All of them work their socks off. And I hope he goes in. The first thing he's got to address is that, and if you don't want to do it, go and play for someone else.
You can't replicate what the pressure and the expectation, the challenges that he'll have for being Man United manager.
He's got this team really struggling in confidence and struggling to put performances together and sitting mid-table. So that's going to improve no matter what. And you've also got this group of players who are potentially much better than they are, who need a bit of guidance, a bit of structure and a bit of coaching.
Very tough because I'm leaving a very good place, but I'm going to one of the best clubs in the world, so it has been very tough, but it's what it is.
Okay, firstly I've got to say Brian's been on and he's probably quite right. He's questioning my reaction. He thinks it was slightly over the top to Shaban's reading of the back pages.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he's got a point, Brian.
I think you got that. Well, yeah, he might have a point, Brian.
Probably did go slightly over the top. I think I threw in a brilliant, fantastic couple of superbs. Right, Ruben Amorim, where does he start?
Well, do you know what I'm really looking forward to seeing from the new United man is the character of him, Ali. He's clearly a very gifted and talented young coach. There is no doubt about that. He's very good and he has shown that. Listen, you witnessed the game in the flesh the other day.
Second half, man.
And his team were good, weren't they?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And so he's clearly very capable in that respect. What I think when you come to the Premier League, particularly if you're picking up one of the big gigs, like and Manchester United is certainly that, is you've got to show us and you've got to show your fans that there's another side to your character that they can hang on to, and I think that they can really be pleased about. I think you've got Jurgen Klopp had it, didn't he? Jurgen Klopp had a bit of something about him
of course
when he
did.
turned up. Pep was Pep, Pep's this genius coach that rocks up and it shows everyone so many different ways of playing the game. These newer coaches, we've seen lots of them turn up and there's another side to them. We know that they're obviously very good out on the training ground and they can win a game of football, but also you've got to have a bit of character and a bit of personality about you. And I'm looking forward to seeing that about him. Can he go toe-to-toe with the other guys in that respect? Now, he'll have to probably earn that a little bit by some getting some wins under his belt. I'm sure he will. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how he copes with all that, Ali.
I've got to say, I'm looking forward to it myself. The 03717 223344. Manchester United fans, let us know what you think about Amorim's arrival, what his first priority should be United, and are you indeed excited about his arrival? Joining us now to discuss the aforementioned arrival at United is talkSPORT reporter and Manchester United fan Angelina Kelly. Angelina, very good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Pending Ruben Amorim's visa issues, I am all good.
Good for you. Now, I just asked Andy a question. I'll ask you the same one. What should his priorities be? What immediately should be doing walking in that door, Angelina?
I think for me, it's mentality. there are these constant rumours about players running the show and not running on the pitch, not showing enough heart, showing up kind of when they feel like it. I think that's got to be a massive thing. Another thing for me, I really want him and this team to get hold of the injuries and the training, because Manchester United have had a ridiculous amount of injuries. Like, where is Luke Shaw? Like, what is going on with him? Tyrell Malacia, he's been missing for nearly, I think, over a year maybe. And he's, uploading videos, boxing. I don't know if he's had a career change that we've all missed. I'm not too sure. That's another thing that they need to get a hold of. Scoring goals and getting the best out of Rasmus Højlund. Can he get something out of him? Do they need to bring in somebody else? I think making a decision on Marcus Rashford, is he seriously going to fit into this new system? Everyone since Ten Hag's departure have stepped it up and they're getting goals. You look at Bruno, who was out of form, he's scoring, Ahmad's scoring, Garnacho. Everyone really, apart from Rashford, seems to have stepped it up a little bit. Clearing out the dead wood as well. He actually has a history of being able to get the best out of players on the pitch and move them on for good fees, i.e. Ugarte, Mendes, Pedro Porro, João Paulinho. So maybe he can get the best out of some of the players that we need to move on eventually and get good business for. And I think just playing with a bit of style and identity.
Yeah. Was you surprised, Angelina, at all about Ruud van Nistelrooy being moved on?
You know what? I wasn't. I think that it is the right decision because, to be completely honest, if he wasn't a club legend, it probably wouldn't even be that big of a conversation, really. I think that he did everything that he was supposed to do. He got results. They only dropped points against Chelsea. He got some players playing better. They were scoring goals. And I think that he deserves, an opportunity at the right club. As much as he loves Man United, I don't think he ever came with the dream of being an assistant for years and years to come. I think he thought either he'd get the United job or he'd get it as caretaker and do a good enough job to impress to get something elsewhere. Or maybe he would be a coach for a season or two. Man United would improve and he could say, I was part of that. So I think he always had his sights on just being back in the minds of, English football clubs.
Angela, what do you think would be success for Ruben Amorim in the remainder of the season?
You know what? It's interesting because when you look at how many points there are between Chelsea and third and Man United, it's 4 points. It's not a lot. And I'm not saying that Man United are going to be able to get into third, but I think that I think the main thing is this playing style. If he gets them playing the right way, and if he is able to get the best out of players and Man United are able to start scoring goals, then I think that top six is doable. He's more than doable. And I also think that, I'm not saying that they would get to a cup final, but I just think to have a little bit more of a successful run in Europe than, the amount of draws that they've been getting, I think that would be, Man United fans would be elated.
Smash it, Angelina. Thanks. Interesting time ahead. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Have a good day. Now, where are we? Don't miss the latest edition of Inside Devils, talkSPORT's new show, which is dedicated to all things Manchester United. That's tonight at 6 p.m. on our YouTube channel. Flex will be joined by Alex Crook, Angelina Kelly, and an array of guests, and previewing Ruben Amorim's first week in charge, as well as looking back on Ruud's successful tenure as the caretaker boss. Now, coming up, we turn our attention to the news that Gary Lineker will be leaving Match of the Day, and we know just the man to replace him, do we?
His final ball is pants.
He gets...
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.